you some of the books that I own. This is just a couple because I'm telling you, if I show you all of the books that I have, this video would be super, super, super long. So I thought I would go ahead and show you some of these books. They are an arrangement of different genres. We got fantasy, historical fiction, autobiography, and just adventure type of books. So I thought you guys would get a kick out of that. But if you enjoy this video or videos like this, please let me know in the comments, and please hit the like button, And if you are not subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. So I just want to remind you that Jesus loves you and that I love you, okay? So let's just go ahead and relax together and let's check out some of these books. Alright. So the first book that I have is a classic. We've all seen the movie. I'm sure all of us have seen the movie, but it is Jurassic Park by Michael Crichton. If I butchered the last name, I'm sorry about that. But and also I will be reading the summary of the books as to enjoy. So, an astonishing technique for recovering and cloning dinosaur DNA has been discovered. Now, one of mankind's most thrilling fantasies has come true. Creature extinct for eons now roam Jurassic Park with their awesome presence and profound mystery, and all the world can visit them for a price. Until something goes wrong in Jurassic Park, Michael Crichton taps all his mesmerizing talent and scientific brilliance to create his most electrifying techno-thriller yet. Jurassic Park. This is the author. It says, gentlemen. So, Michael Crichton was born in Chicago in 1942. He was educated at Harvard College in the Harvard Medical School. In 1969, was a postdoctoral fellow at the Salk Institute in La Jolla, California. His novels include Jurassic Park, Sphere, Congo, The Andromeda, Strain, The Terminal Man, Great Train Robbery, and Eaters of the Dead. He is the author of 4 works of nonfiction: 5 Patients, Jasper Johns, Electronic Life, and Travels. Among the films he has directed are Westworld, which I'm sure a lot of y'all have seen the show. I think it's on Prime or something, or one of the streaming services. So Westworld, Coma, and the movie version of his own, The Great Train Robbery. In 1988, he was visiting writer at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology. This book is like, let's see, this book is 399 pages. It's like 400 pages basically. sorry. Some of the new movies are good, but I have a special place in my heart for like the OG, the old Jurassic Park, you know, from like the 90s, because that's what I grew up with. Okay, so the next title is Memoirs of a Geisha. Memoirs of a Geisha. I'm touching her face. Sorry, girl. But I love the cover art on this book. It honestly, I know this is a bit cliche, but it reminds me of Mulan, the cartoon, not the live action Disney made, when they were in the scene when they were getting Mulan ready for the matchmaker, getting her makeup on and the red lips. Iconic, like. But I read this book and it is very, very good. But I will say it is a work of historical fiction. I still think that this is a very good book because of how the characters are and what exactly, in a way, it was like back then, because it's not, I wouldn't say it's all made up. I'm sure a lot of people in this era had to do what they had to do to survive, you know, especially if you did not come from a rich background or well-educated background. Then it's just kind of like, okay, what am I supposed to do? So back in those days, at least, respectfully, this book is written by Arthur Golden. In Memoirs of a Geisha, we enter a world where appearances are paramount, where a girl's innocence is auctioned to the highest bidder, where women are trained to beguile the most powerful men, and where love is scorned as illusion. It is a unique and triumphant work of fiction, at once romantic, erotic, suspenseful, and completely unforgettable. A little about Arthur Golden, the author. And this is him. This is Arthur Golden. Okay. So, Arthur Golden, Memoirs of a Geisha. Arthur Golden was born in Chattanooga, Tennessee, and was educated at Harvard College, where he received a degree in art history, specializing in Japanese art. In 1980, he earned a master's in Japanese history from Columbia University, where he also learned Mandarin Chinese. That's cool. Following a summer at Beijing University, he worked in Tokyo, and after returning to the United States, earned a master's in English from Boston University. He resides in Brooklyn, Massachusetts with his wife and 2 children. It's a little about the author. There's a little picture, but this is a scene from a movie. This is a picture of a scene from the movie itself. Let me know in the comments if you liked it or not. I myself liked it. Like, I liked it, the movie. I know that it was not historically accurate based on some of the depictions in the movie, but either way, I really enjoyed the scenery. The plot of this book is fascinating to me. Hope you guys are enjoying yourself so far. My little collection. It's like Ariel from The Little Mermaid, where she's got a whole collection of thingamabobs. So the next book is one that I got with my husband not too long ago. This is called The Lost City of Z. The Lost City of Z. Lost City of Z. The Tale of Deadly Obsession in the Amazon by David Gran. So, in 1925, the legendary British explorer Percy Fawcett ventured into the Amazon jungle in search of a fabled civilization located deep in the deadly wilderness. He never returned. In this masterpiece of narrative nonfiction, journalist David Gran tells the epic story of Fawcett's quest for this lost city of Z as he unravels the greatest exploration mystery of the 20th century. And this actually happened. This is a real deal. It's a real story. This isn't made up. It's incredible to think that this man, this explorer, goes in the jungle and then, he's supposed to be professional. He's supposed to know what he's doing. And then he's never found again. And to me, the hopeful, would like to think that he made it to this city, this civilization, and he's happy. Alive today, happy. Possibly, maybe advanced. See, this is when my little writer's brain comes in and is like, well, maybe it's the civilization like the lost city of Atlantis, where they have advanced technology to the point where they're able to cloak themselves, and you can't find them because of their high tech, using the jungle, their surroundings to cloak themselves so they appear invisible. That's just at least what I think, but who knows, but I haven't honestly finished this book. Me and my husband were reading it, and then, life happened and we never finished it, but it's a national bestseller. Let me show you the map at least. Yeah, he's got maps. See? All the little travels he did. Like places he went to. Another map. My husband and I didn't really get too far, but I'm telling you, it is good. It is good. We were like reading and reading, but like I said, life happened. But check out this book. We got it at Barnes & Noble. It's kind of funny because it kind of matches the background because I have like all this green and stuff everywhere, but this is The Lost City of Z, David Gran. Okay, the next book. It's another classic. I don't think many people know her because of this book, but because of another book that this author has written. I know you guys would probably know this writer from these two titles that I'm about to tell you, but it's The Haunting of Hill House. She wrote, as well as We Have Always Lived in the Castle. I know those two titles have become popular because I think Netflix, they had a I believe it was Netflix that did a little mini series of We Have Always Lived in the Castle. And then I know The Haunting of Hill House, I think they also did a series over it, and there's also a movie from I think the 90s 2000s. I think Liam Neeson is in that movie. And, but this book that I have right now, is another one of her titles, and it's called The Bird's Nest. The Bird's Nest. See, like I said before, I find cover art fascinating, especially with what the author and illustrator are trying to depict. But see the birds and then the nest, but you know something's just a bit off. It's written by Shirley Jackson. So Elizabeth Richmond is a demure 23-year-old willing her life away at a dull museum job, living with her neurotic aunt and subsisting off her deceased mother's inheritance. When Elizabeth begins to suffer terrible migraines and backaches, Aunt Morgan takes her to see Dr. Wright, a psychologist with some unusual techniques. Slowly, and with Shirley Jackson's characteristic chill, we learn that Elizabeth is not just one girl, but four separate and competing self-destructive personalities. The Bird's Nest, Jackson's third novel, develops hallmarks of the horror master's most unsettling work. A tormented heroine, a riveting familial mystery, and a disquieting view inside the human mind. Some other books that she has written besides The Haunting of Hill House, this book, and We Have Always Lived in the Castle, and Dark Tales, Life Among the Savages, Raising Demons, The Sundial, Hangs a Man, The Road Through the Wall, Come Along With Me. And this is some of the art from her other works. On to the next title. Now this one is a bit of a hefty one, but it is very good. I haven't finished this one yet. My husband and I got it as well, but it is called UFO. Of God. See Jesus right there. It's Jesus. UFO of God. A spiritual journey of missing time, clouds of fire, healings, and transformation by Chris Bledsoe. And it is a true story based on his accounts. Chris Bledsoe, a deeply religious family man and a successful business owner from North Carolina, was on the verge of the unthinkable after losing everything in the 2007 financial crisis and suffering from a debilitating chronic disease. Fishing along the banks of the Cape Fear River with 3 co-workers and his teenage son, he walks away from the group and cries out to God in a desperate plea for help. Suddenly, a UFO appears and saves his life and cures him of his illness. Experiencing 4 hours of missing time, he returns to find his group dismayed. Terrified, they run for their lives as several UFOs chase them home. This is the true story of hope, love, lies, and deception, involving the CIA, NASA, and a string of professors in MUFON. You are about to go on a spiritual journey of awakening with a visit from the lady, remote viewing, assassination plot of the Pope, dripping orbs, a burning tree, the Monroe Institute, and healing the son of a Washington, D.C. is, I'm Christian. I have a relationship with Jesus. So when I was like reading some of this man's accounts of like him being visited by like angels and things like that, it like kind of freaked me out a little, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna put this down for a little bit because I need a mental break. This is intense, this book is intense, but it is full of wisdom and knowledge, and if you are somebody who is interested in extraterrestrial experiences, experiences with Jesus, things like that are not your typical experience, so to say, supernatural experiences, then definitely check Chris Bledsoe's book out, okay? Give it a chance, because a lot of what he was saying in this book is so freaking cool. Like, it's different, and how his relationship with Jesus and God is just different than what I've known and grew up with as a believer. But yeah, go ahead and check him out if you guys are interested in those types of like supernatural, extraterrestrial experiences, okay? So let's take a break on the heavy, intense titles, okay? We're gonna take a break on those for a second, and let's move on to something of a lighter note, okay? So, you guys probably know this. I mean, this is, to me, also another classic, and I just had to get my little kitty paws all over it, but it is by Roald Dahl, and it is Matilda. The cover art to me is so cute. So cute. You have the little letters in the back. I don't know if you can see that, the little letters. Her name, and she's just sitting right there. She's just like, yeah, I'm reading all these books. I'm happy. I just love it. Matilda is a brilliant child with a magical mind, but her parents have decided she is a waste of space. And her headmistress, Miss Trunchbull, is a terrible bully who thinks children are rotten and awful and should be locked up. It's time for Matilda to find the power to change her story and show them just how extraordinary children can be. And there she is. Isn't she cute? She's so beautiful. But I love it. And the illustrations are by Quentin Blake. I go ahead and tell you some about the author, Roald Dahl. Let me show you. It's Roald Dahl. That's him. It's the author. The Roald Dahl was a spy, ace fighter pilot, chocolate historian, and medical inventor. He was also the author of Matilda, James and the Giant Peach. I love that one. The Big Friendly Giant, The DeWitts, and many more brilliant stories. He remains the world's #1 storyteller. And this next part is about the illustrator. she still is true to herself. I really, really loved this book. I love this book. And the movie, of course I have the movie as well. I mean, come on, I have to have the movie, right? But yeah, I have the movie as well. And I love the movie. I feel like the movie really does a fantastic job. I think it was made in the early 2000s. Was Danny DeVito's in that movie, I think. Yeah, Danny DeVito. And I love how he made that movie. It was, to me, so true to the book and fun, and the magic, the powers that she has, and just being able to see it on screen was just so cool. Because it's one thing to read it, right? It's one thing to read the book, but to see it on the screen, you're like, okay, that's awesome, you know. And oh yeah, I forgot about Netflix. They recently did recently made their version, I guess, of Matilda, and I liked it as well. It's like a musical, but I still liked it. It was really cool to me. I like musicals. Okay, I'm a bit of an artsy nerd. I like musicals and things like that. Phantom of the Opera. Don't get me started. So the next book, which I'm sure you guys know him from his writing, Coraline by Neil Gaiman. I've heard it both ways. I've heard Gaiman and I've heard Gaiman, but I say Gaiman. So, nearly 20 years ago, Neil Gaiman, the acclaimed author of the groundbreaking literary masterpiece such as American Gods, Norse mythology, and the ocean at the end of the lane, invented a heroine to inspire and engage readers of all ages. While exploring her new home, a young girl named Coraline unlocks a door to reveal a hidden passage. Intrigued, she ventures deep into a mysterious mirror realm, a world eerily similar, yet darkly different from her own. Before long, the miraculous turns sinister, and Coraline must use her wits and courage to save herself and the other trapped souls she finds along the way. Filled with enchantments and terrors alike, the winner of the Hugo, Nebula, and Bram Stoker Awards is a dazzling feat of imagination from modern master Neil Gaiman that explores the hopes, fears, dreams, and nightmares shared by people the world over. Neil Gaiman is a #1 New York Times best-selling author for books for children and adults whose award-winning titles include Norse mythology, American Gods, The Graveyard Book, Good Omens with the Terry Pratchett, Coraline and the Sandman graphic novels. Neil Gaiman is a Goodwill ambassador for UNHCR and professor in the arts at Bard College. That's him. That's Neil Gaiman. This is the cover of the book, which is just this eyes or a mask or something. It's actually very eerie. And this is just some of the art. Let me show you another picture. Show you. Oh yeah. This one's good. See that? The eyes, the button eyes. It's just some of the photos in the book. Not photos, but illustrations in the book, which I remember reading this when I was a child, and honestly, it scared me. It scared me a little because of how he has a way of bringing in the reader almost like they are Coraline, you are Coraline, like into the story to the point where it feels almost real when you're reading it and you get so involved in the because they were like, oh crap, I'm getting kind of scared now. The little mice and the songs and stuff, it was kind of creepy when I was reading as a kid. But as an adult, I read it and I'm just like, that is good. That is good, because I love writing, you know. So as a writer, I'm reading this from another writer and I'm just like, bro, this is good. This is like brain food. I don't know why. Just how he writes is just so intriguing to me. How he's able to just captivate the audience, pull them into the story. Fascinating. So the next title is one that was a gift from my husband for my birthday. And it's called Proof of Heaven. A neurosurgeon's journey into the afterlife by Eben Alexander. Dr. Eben Alexander. Dr. Eben Alexander. There's a little butterfly, which, you know, a butterfly is a symbol of rebirth, transformation. So, and this man definitely went through a heck of a transformation, a heck of a spiritual transformation, let's just say, because he was an atheist, and he went through this horrible experience, and from that experience he found Jesus Christ. So but Dr. Eben Alexander has been an academic neurosurgeon for the last 25 years, including 15 years at the Brigham and Women's and the Children's Hospitals and Harvard Medical School in Boston. He is a doctor, he's a neurosurgeon, so he's scientific. So, and you know, he grew up atheist or agnostic, and you know, he's a scientist, so he's like facts, truth, details, you know. So from him being able to go through this experience and finding God, and his testimony of how he found God is just really enlightening to me. And I really love this book too. It's beautiful, well written, and it really helps you, it really challenges perspective of religion and perspective of, you know, your spirituality, and what is it exactly that you believe in times of crisis that help you kind of like cope. But his finding of God, but he found God through his misfortunes. Alright, and the final book is Ernest Hemingway's some short stories, the first 49 stories, with a preface by the author Ernest Hemingway. And these are just some of his short stories compiled into a book. And I've read a couple of his works, The Old Man and the Sea, some other ones too that honestly I can't remember off the top of my head. So at the age of 22, Ernest Hemingway wrote his first short story, Up in Michigan. 17 years and 48 titles later, he was undisputed master of the short story form and the leading American man of letters. The short stories introduced derived from Hemingway's experience in Spain, as well as the short, happy life of Francis Macabre and The Snows of Kilimanjaro, which figure among the finest Hemingway short fictions. And a little about the author. Ernest Hemingway did more to change the style of English prose than any other writer in the 20th century, and for his efforts, he was awarded the Nobel Prize for Literature in 1954. Hemingway wrote in short, declarative sentences and was known for his tough, terse prose. Publication of The Sun Also Rises and A Farewell to Arms immediately established Ernest Hemingway as one of the greatest literary lights of the 20th century, part of the expatriate community of Paris in the 1920s. The former journalist and World War I ambulance driver began a career that led to international fame. Hemingway was an aficionado of bullfighting and big game hunting, and his main protagonists were always men and women of courage and conviction who suffered unseen scars, both physical and emotional. He passed away in 1961. Ernest Hemingway. Alright everybody, that's all of the books. Like I said before, I have a lot more books, but it would take forever showing you